dive into two of the most talked about topics in the wellness world today, glyphosate and food dyes. These hidden chemicals lurk in many of our everyday foods, potentially impacting our health in ways we may not even realize. First up, glyphosate, a widely used herbicide found in crops like wheat and corn. I unpack the concerns about its long-term effects on brain function, particularly in children and pregnant individuals, with research pointing to its role in conditions like anxiety, depression, and impaired learning. The episode highlights proactive steps we can take to reduce exposure, from buying better options to choosing detox-supporting foods. Next, the dangerous world of food dyes and their links to cancer, gut health issues, and behavioral problems like ADHD. The FDA may soon outlaw certain artificial dyes, but in the meantime, I offer suggestions for navigating the colorful world of packaged food without compromising your health. From supportive brands like Annie's to smarter choices in the snack aisle, encouragement to make better decisions with every bite. Tune in for an insightful episode that offers practical advice on how to reduce exposure to these harmful chemicals, improve your food choices, and protect your long-term wellness. And if you want to support the Wellness Blondie, you can like, comment, and share this podcast. You can also head over to thewellnessblondie.com and subscribe to the newsletter. Or you can purchase the thoughtfully curated recipe books that I have created, available on Amazon. Just type Mocktail Mixology or Nourish and Thrive in the search bar, or click the links in the show notes to start nourishing your body and thriving today. Welcome to Crunchy Culture, where I, Tina Sorensen, dig into the latest wellness buzz from the news and share my unfiltered thoughts and opinions, because wellness doesn't have to be complicated. Join me every Tuesday for a dose of snarky humor, the latest in wellness trends, my current obsessions, and of course, a recipe or wellness tip to inspire your journey. This episode is brought to you by me, that's right, the Wellness Blondie. If you're into natural remedies, holistic wellness, and delicious whole food recipes, or just want to figure out how to live your best life without drowning in supplements, check out my site. It's basically your one-stop shop for all things mind, body, and soul, without the overwhelm. Now, let's talk obsessions, shall we? Lately, I've been all about cutting back on supplements and focusing on real food. Shocking, I know. After years of gut-wrenching damage, thanks alcohol and environmental chaos, I've been rebuilding my gut like it's a fixer-upper on HGTV. But guess what? This time last year, I couldn't eat anything without playing roulette with bloating, cramping, or those fun bathroom adventures. Fast forward to now, and my gut is finally saying, thanks for giving me a break. My current supplement lineup has been whittled down to just 3, and they're like the holy grail for me. Right now, I'm taking Beekeeper's 3-in-1 Gut Health. Seriously, Beekeepers, hit me up. I'm basically your unpaid spokesperson. Pre, pro, and postbiotics all in one bottle? Yes, please. The prebiotic propolis is your antioxidant queen, here to support your gut walls. The probiotic is a spore-based bacillus because your microbiome deserves the VIP treatment. Postbiotic, tributrin, aka gut wall reinforcements. Glutathione, let's call it the bouncer of my cells, kicking out toxins and mold drama left and right. Bonus, it recycles other antioxidants because overachievers gonna overachieve. And DIM, the hormone whisperer. It's keeping my perimenopausal roller coaster in check and saying, bye Felicia to hormonal acne. What about you? What's your supplement game looking like? Tag me on socials. I'd love creeping on other people's wellness routines. Okay, time to serve up the real tea. Today, we're diving into 2 baddies in the wellness world, food dyes and glyphosate. Cue the dramatic music. First up, glyphosate. Oh boy, this one's a doozy. Did you know it's a neurotoxin? That's science speak for it messes with your brain. Picture this, you're happily munching on a snack, but that chip is low-key packing glyphosate like a party favor. Not cute. Now, here's the fun. Maybe terrifying fact, glyphosate can mess with your nervous system, slow down brain development, and might even be linked to behavioral changes like anxiety, depression, and memory issues. ADHD, Alzheimer's, this stuff makes you wonder, right? And let's not forget my elation, the fancy process of wrapping neurons in fatty insulation so your brain works efficiently. Without myelin, your brain signals are like Wi-Fi on a stormy day, slow and frustrating. Yet, here we are, still arguing over whether glyphosate is safe. Spoiler alert, it's not. Monsanto, are you listening? Actually, no, they're probably too busy swimming in lawsuits settlements. So, what can we do? Here's my survival guide. Ditch the processed stuff. If it's in a package, it's probably glyphosate sprinkled. Whole foods for the win. Wash everything. Rinse those veggies like you just ran a marathon. Support local farmers. Find someone using regenerative practices and become their #1 fan. Filter your water because drinking glyphosate isn't the vibe. Eat detox foods. Think cruciferous veggies, berries, and cilantro. Yes, even if it tastes like soap. But here's the kicker. When regulators eventually swap glyphosate for something safer, will it really be better? History says probably not. While regulators sort out the next steps, we can protect ourselves by focusing on cleaner eating, supporting sustainable agriculture, and staying vocal about what we demand in our food supply. Every small step matters for our health and the planet. Let's dive into food dyes. These sneaky villains masquerading as eye candy. Recently, the New York Post shared a bombshell. FDA may outlaw food dyes within weeks. Bombshell move would affect candy, soda, and cakes, revolutionizing American diets. Revolutionize? Yes. Shock your collective sweet tooth. Absolutely. These colorful characters are not just innocent bystanders in your Skittles bag. They're known endocrine disruptors, fancy talk for hormone wreckers. Mood swings? Check. Metabolism acting like it's on permanent strike? Double check. That off feeling after binging colorful candy your whole life? Bingo! Now, you've got your culprit. Red flags on food dyes studies have been raising alarms louder than your toddler after a sugar rush. Food dyes have been linked to ill effects on gut health, behavioral issues, and even cancer in animal studies. Thanks for ruining that one for us, Red number 3. Per NBC News, studies have clearly labeled Red 3 as a carcinogen. Oh, and by the way, shocker, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was considered as a health secretary under Trump, claims food dyes are linked to cancer. Bold claim? Sure, but with studies backing potential DNA damage and oxidative stress caused by these dyes, it's enough to make anyone stop and read the label on their soda. Red 40, yellow 5, blue 1, and more. These aren't just pretty pigments. They contain compounds like benzidine and 4-amabiphenol. Hope I said that right. Both known carcinogens. Yes, the FDA permits their use in tiny amounts, but let's not play micromanagement roulette with our insides. Processed foods bring us face to face with a lifetime of these toxins accumulating in our systems. And spoiler alert, it's not a love story. Gut health, or lack thereof, turns out these colorful particles don't just make your cereal pop, they're also infiltrating your gut. A study from McMaster University in Canada revealed that synthetic dyes might trigger gut-wrecking diseases like IBS and Crohn's. Gut damage in mice was glaringly evident after being subjected to dye nanoparticles. Unless you suddenly grew tails, this could apply to us too. Fun fact, these dyes make our foods prettier, but do they taste prettier? No. Do they add nutrition? Hard pass. But hey, at least our digestive systems can look like a Jackson Pollock painting, right? Red 40, ADHD, and autoimmune mayhem, the rabbit hole gets deeper. Research suggests Allura Red 40, is tied to ADHD, allergies, and immune disorders in kids. Here's a fun, not so fun theory. Could the surge in adult ADHD and autoimmune diagnoses be tied to the years of eating this garbage? Food for thought, pun intended. Time to ditch the rainbow. Seriously, why do we care what color our food is anyway? A neon green drink might scream party, but it's wreaking havoc internally. The science is clear, people. These dyes are unnecessary, unsafe, and unpleasantly destructive. This isn't just a parent problem or a candy aisle dilemma. It's a wake-up call for food manufacturers, consumers, and regulators alike to put health before aesthetic. Until then, maybe skip the neon blue cereal and opt for something nature. Wow, couldn't say that word, and it's just nature. Actually intended you to eat, like, say, food that's real. Before you freak out, though, here is a realistic guide to ditching the dye drama first. Things first, don't panic. Take a deep breath. Step 1. Toss all those cringeworthy dye-laden snacks in the trash like you're auditioning for the Food Network version of Hoarders. Whole, real foods are always the best choice. But let's be real, life happens. You'll want chips and dip, a bowl of cereal, or an ultimate cozy comfort meal. And guess what? You don't have to say goodbye to every guilty pleasure in your pantry. Brands are stepping up their snack game. The food industry isn't entirely asleep at the wheel. Some brands are offering better alternatives, proving that you don't need a second mortgage to buy clean ingredients. Even Walmart has joined the Eat Well Without Going Broke movement. Their new private brand, Better Goods, is bringing affordable, chef-inspired options to the masses. And most items are under $5, because who doesn't like to hear that? Is this perfection in a package? No, but it's progress. Yes, my friends, it absolutely is. Think frozen foods, dairy, snacks, soups, and even chocolate. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Walmart aisle stroll, naturally. I had to check it out myself. Walking Walmart's aisles with a scrutinizing eye, I found some decent options. And no judgment, no side eyes from my fellow shoppers. Sure, they could amp up the organic factor, but hey, baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a day, and apparently neither is a perfect pantry. Is elevated chef-inspired frozen food the oxymoron of the century? Probably. Did I still stock up? Absolutely. Goodles mac and cheese without the guilt. Craving nostalgia. Meet Goodles, your mac and cheese hero. Sure, they've been scooped up by the corporate machine, but the ingredients are still simple and whole. So on those nights when chicken nuggets and cheesy goodness are calling your name, louder than your kids asking what's for dinner, you can indulge in guilt-free, okay, mostly guilt-free. Pro tip, don't forget to serve with a healthy dose of Disney Plus and mismatched PJs for optimal comfort vibes. Breakfast reinvented. Lovebirds for breakfast without the Franken ingredients? Check out Lovebirds. It's cereal made with wholesome, real deal ingredients, so you can crush that bowl without crushing your soul. Brands that don't trash your gut or your wallet. Let's round it out with a few more A-plus brands for your shopping list. Siete, because tacos are life. Applegate, deli meat that doesn't look like it's created in a lab. 365 by Whole Foods, yes, it lives up to the hype. Wild Harvest, trendy but also actually good for you. Smart Swaps, not perfection. Here's the deal. Packaged foods will never top from scratch cooking. Sorry, that's just the tea. But when life's a little too hectic for homemade, these better for you options can soften the blow and probably your processed food guilt too. Remember, it's about smarter choices, not pretending you're living on a farm 24/7 with everything made from scratch, because let's be honest, we're not churning butter out here, although my 15-year-old has been making butter weekly. Got any go-to brands that help you dodge the processed nasties? Drop a comment below. Sharing is caring, folks, especially when it means saving someone from a radioactive colored cheese dip. Another thing worth spotlighting, the rock stars leading the charge for change at the top. Alex Clark from Culture Apothecary, Vani Hari, the Food Babe, Courtney Swan from Real Foodology, and Grace Price, a passionate food advocate, are shaking up the system like pros. They're not just walking the walk, they're marching right through Big Food's metaphorical kitchen and demanding a makeover. If there were a food Avengers, these four would have their own capes and cereal-themed superhero names. Captain Clean Label, anyone? But here's the truth bomb we can't ignore. We don't need to sit around waiting for someone else to save us. No, we can roll up our own sleeves and kickstart change ourselves. From the grocery cart up, fighting food waste with simple, actionable steps makes a difference. Stop buying foods laced with artificial dyes and glyphosate. Just leave them on the shelf collecting dust like an unloved candy corn at Halloween. Why? Because hitting companies where it hurts, their wallets, speaks volumes. Take Kellogg's, for instance. Yep, I'm calling you out, Pop-Tarts. Thanks to Vani Hari's relentless protests, their stock dropped 8%, costing them a whopping $11 million. That's millions, friends. Proof that our dollars have power. Newsflash, Kellogg's cares less about your gut health and more about their shareholders' yachts. Let's send them a message loud enough to hear from the marina, get rid of junk, or say goodbye to your profits. If enough of us refuse to support these companies, they will have no choice but to rethink their we know best business model. Let's make them squirm. Nothing like watching a corporate exec try to justify using ingredients banned in every other country except the US. Let's talk trends and eye rolls. I get it. Staying up to date on wellness trends is basically another full-time job. Gut healthy fermented. What now? But hey, somebody's got to do it. Whether you've got hot takes, health trend horror stories, or simply a list of wellness buzzwords you think we need to exile for good, I'm here for it. All of it. Drop a comment below or shoot me an email. Let's share, vent, and celebrate our small wins, because if food advocacy teaches us anything, is this: change happens when we speak up and stay loud. Bonus points if your email includes a new way to say superfood that doesn't make your eye twitch. Looking at you, kale chips. All right, and now for the creme de la creme of the episode. If you would like to be featured on the podcast, send me your favorite recipes or wellness tips, and I will be happy to share them in an upcoming episode. This week, I want to focus on relationships. This month, we're going all in on love, relationships, and intimacy, breaking down barriers and uncovering what it really takes to cultivate meaningful connections. Here is what we are diving into. True intimacy, beyond physical connection. Into me. I hope he's into me. Intimacy is about being seen, valued, and understood. We'll explore how to deepen your bond and create a rock-solid foundation without relying solely on the bedroom. Getting spicy. Curious about introducing toys to your relationship? Let's talk about how they can enhance your connection and not replace it. And the steps to ensure a safe and exciting experience. Love languages. They're more than just a trending concept. My husband and I revisit ours every year. It's a game changer for understanding how to show and receive love as our relationship evolves. Pleasure mapping. This tool can transform your connection inside and outside the bedroom. Whether solo or as a couple, we'll dive into how it works and why it could revolutionize your relationship. Subscribe now to the wellnessblondie.com newsletter to join the conversation as we uncover tools, tips, and truths to take your relationship to the next level this month. I hope you give it a try and enjoy the benefits. And if you do, let me know how your experience pans out or any fun tweaks you make. Don't forget to tag me on socials so I can see your delicious results. That's a wrap for today's dive into crunchy culture. I hope this episode gave you a spark of inspiration, a little bit of fresh insight, or at least a shred of motivation to tackle the day without looking like a walking hot mess express. If you're anything like me, that's basically a win. Bonus points if you're already in your I've got it all together yoga pants. No judgment. Let's be real. If Hot Mess Express were a sport, we'd be MVPs. And hey, if you're all about multitasking, or you just want to see the real chaos that goes on behind the scenes, check out the full video on YouTube, Spotify, or my website, and you can witness the magic, or should I say the slightly disorganized but still glam chaos in all its glory. There's no shortage of uh-ohs during recording. Think of it as an episode of reality TV, but with more nutritional advice and fewer dramatic zoom-ins on my face. Now, if you're loving the podcast, or even if you're just mildly entertained by my attempts at staying composed and saying the right words, why not drop a quick rating and review on your favorite platform? It would mean the world to me and also help more wellness lovers find us, which is basically like spreading good vibes, but with less granola and more real talk. Your review could be the reason someone else finally discovers they don't need to give up chocolate or self-care to thrive. Your feedback helps others find their way to the hive and join this wellness journey. Seriously, thank you in advance for making me feel like a podcast rock star without all the fame, paparazzi, and awkward red carpet moments. Until next time, nurture your mind, body, and soul because no one else can do it your way. And remember, wellness is a journey with twists, turns, and the occasional "did I seriously just step on a fucking Lego?" moment. So embrace the ride. And hey, if you need me, I'm probably somewhere washing a smoothie blender for the 5th time, pretending it's totally fine. Stay crunchy. Bye.